Yeah.
Yes, it's slow and it doesn't work.
But other than that, everything's
You put that to your bill, pocket, whatever. No, it should be. That's the power, I guess. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's all.
Good morning. We're now in session for February meeting of the Arkansas Oil and Gas Commission. We are sitting in North Little Rock. This is Director Bingle. Would you do the honors, please?
Thank you, Chairman Lodge. This is the February hearing. You'll all recall the last, I don't know how many years it's been hot springs, so the break from that. Before we start, I have one presentation to make. A little better late than never, I guess. Commissioner Dawkins, Vice Chair, is here today. As you know, he left the commission last summer. And with COVID and everything else that went on, and he moved to Houston, we have a chance to present him with his resolution. Commissioner Lyman, you need to really take care of it. He left for Houston, transferred down over the job, and Commissioner Liner took over for that position. But Lee's here today, so I want to make a presentation of the resolution that we passed, commission in September. It took this long to do all of our cancel hearings and his travel plans to have him here today to make a presentation. But what it says, I'll just read one paragraph. Vice Chairman William Dawkins, Fort Smith, completed 14 years of service on the Oil and Gas Commission. Legal expertise, professional great this commission. During his service as Vice Chair, he made a significant contribution to the Arkansas Oil and Gas Commission, strives to promote the conservation of oil and gas and resources for the state of Arkansas, and for protection of relative rights. His understanding, knowledge, and insight is particularly beneficial to the Commission and those citizens, both individual and corporate, which should serve especially when many challenges the Commission encounter development of the Fayetteville Shale. Leadership and legal expertise are instrumental in ensuring the proper development of that invaluable state resource. So we appreciate your service, Lee. You're here to come up and give this to you. Suitable for any authority.
Each of us came from different parts of the state, do our best, do what was right, reach right. I thank you for the honor of serving with you, and I thank you.
Thank you, Ray. We do have a plaque that we can mail to you. We did it today. That's suitable for hanging on the wall. And framed with. That's all I have. Mr. Curry, would you call it now?
I will, thank you. First, before we get started, I just realized that I think last time that we were here, we had 4 commissioners at the 2 tables as opposed to 2. So if anyone wants more room, we can go back to that setup, however you whatever you want to do there. We do obviously are trying to take cautions to the COVID situation. We do have microphones. If you're at the table and you're comfortable, we would ask that when you're speaking into the microphone, remove your mask. Sometimes it interferes with the sound system. I know that Patricia had a hard time recording a lot of those things last time. If you obviously, if you want to keep your mask on, you're welcome to, but if you're comfortable with that, we appreciate you taking your mask off when you're speaking into a microphone, please. With that, we'll start the docket. We do have 9 commissioners present and able to vote. We do have 1 contested item that I know of, and that is docket number 006, 2020-01. That will be moved to the end of the regular agenda. We're going to start on page 1 of the agenda, docket number 008, 2021-02. This is an application about potential operating company Meek. It's request for the creation of exploratory drilling units and the integration of unleased military cylinders within that unit. That unit is to be comprised of the southeast quarter, the northeast quarter, and the northeast quarter, the southeast quarter of section 36, township 19 south, range 22 west. Also the south half, the northwest quarter, the north half, southwest quarter, the southwest quarter, the northeast quarter, and the northwest quarter of the southeast quarter of section 31, township 19 south, range 21 west, in Columbia County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Honey. Are there any refusals? There are none, and before we get started with that, we just ask, I believe that we do have one or two participants participating via Zoom. Adrian, is that correct?
Secretary Keto and Gate and Gary.
So we have Secretary Keo, I believe, participating via Zoom, as well as Assistant Director Gary Looney and El Dorado. I think the problem right now is that we can't see the Zoom with this computer hooked up as well. So until we're ready to use it, that's what I think. Can you get someone to switch the view we're seeing up here back to the Zoom view for us for the time being? We'll just use the paper dockets until I know that during the contested items, there will be some PowerPoint presentation, at least by one side. So with that, I don't know if Secretary Keogh and Mr. Looney can hear us, but they are participating via Zoom. All right, we'll get started with docket number 008. Mr. Honey, whenever you're ready.
Thank you. This is an application for the establishment of exploratory. Do you guys hear me okay? This is an application for the establishment of an exploratory drilling unit and the integration of unleashed mineral owners in that exploratory drilling unit. The pre-file exhibit for the A-1 is the list of parties to be integrated. Exhibit A-2 is the list of interested parties with respect to the application for the creation of the exploratory drilling unit, specifically the owners of the right to drill in the offset 40s. Exhibit B is the resume of the applicant's efforts to lease the parties listed in Exhibit A-1. Exhibit C is the JOA. I note that the applicant is incorporating by reference the Commission standard form JOA with overhead rates of $7,500 and $750. Exhibit D is the AFE. I know that staff, upon reviewing the AFE that was submitted with the application, requested that the AFE be supplemented with to show the cost of surface equipment in the event of a completed well, and the AFE has been revised accordingly. And the revised AFE has been provided to the commissioners here this morning. Exhibit E is the surface plats. Staff had asked that we supplement Exhibit E with a plat of the unit. That supplementary Exhibit E has been provided to the commissioners this morning. Exhibit F is the isotech map. Exhibit G is the structure map. Exhibit H is the affidavit of Rodney May, attesting to the highest and best terms. Rodney, in his affidavit, states that the highest and best terms are no bonus and a 1/4 royalty, or $150 for net mineral acre bonus and a 1/5 royalty. Exhibit I is the notice of hearing. Exhibit J is the affidavit of service of notice of this hearing by first class mail. Exhibit K is the proof of publication of notice of this hearing. I will have one witness, Mr. David Robinson. He was first recognized as an expert in the field of petroleum geology, case number 153-2011. I will move the introduction of exhibits A through K and the recognition and incorporation of Mr. Robinson's qualifications as an expert witness.
Thank you. The motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted the record. The qualifications of Mr. Robinson are recognized, incorporated here by reference. And you said cash bonus are still $150 and a 5th royalty for $0 signing bonus and a 1/4 royalty for $150. Please raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth.
Yes,
Thank you.
Would you please state your name?
my name is David Robinson.
Well, tell us about this prospect. What are you proposing to do with this board unit?
Well, I'll refer you to Exhibit F, the ISAPAC map. And it is it's an ISAPAC of a specific interval in the very deepest part of the Smackover, what most people call it brown dense interval, that we think has potential, commercial producing potential. The ISAPAC map shows for ease of recognition, I colored the areas that are thicker than 250 feet in light blue to be able to assist you in following the contours. The contour interval is 50 feet, and the scale is 1 inch is equal to 2,000 feet. The outline of our proposed wildcat unit is shown in heavy dashed outline, and our location is referenced, the Pinnacle Operating Smith 31-1. There is a small amount of faulting in the area shown in brown. Of course, the wall bordering the prospect on the south side is the regional state line fault, which is a major fault, about 1,000 feet in the area of the prospect. We believe that all of the acreage shown north of the regional state line fault on this entire map has commercial potential. We've chosen our location where we did with the assistance of 3D seismic data that made us feel a little warm and fuzzy about that particular location. Are there any questions about this exhibit? If not, I'll go to Exhibit G, which is a structure map on the base of our lower Smackover ground dense interval. The map is an inch to 2,000 feet. The contour interval is 50 feet. In general, it shows that our location is on the southern edge of a depression, structural depression. Just south of that depression, we start to pick up structure a little bit when we come toward the regional state line fault. I don't believe that structure plays a great part in the entrapment, which I expect to be primarily stratigraphic. Again, our unit outline for a wildcat unit is shown. None of the wells on this map were drilled deep enough to encounter that lower Smackover interval. Several deeper wells in section 31 in the vicinity of our location drilled through the upper part of the Smackover only, did not drill the lower 800 to 1,000 feet of Smackover, which is where our objective interval is incorporated. Do any of you have any questions on this?
Questions from the commission? Please proceed.
What was the reason for drawing the proposed unit boundaries and the location and the configuration that you have proposed?
Well, traditionally in the fields around our prospect, lay down 320s has been pretty much the standard pattern of unitization. We felt good about doing something that had been done before and very successfully. We actually drilled, as many of you might remember, a wildcat well about 2 or 3 miles to the west at a field called Welcome in times gone by. I think we drilled that well in spring of last year. And we had proposed a 480 acre unit for the drilling of that well, which is somewhat different than the geometry of this unit. But actually, our unit boundaries are being driven by geology more than anything. We see evidence of permeability barriers in places in the lower Smackover on our seismic. And when we find a unit configuration that's less than 640 acres, but conforms to the defaulting and our perception of the edge of porosity, then that's what we think is a very reasonable thing to propose.
Absolutely.
Questions from the commission? Tony, I don't believe you requested a risk factor in the application.
That's correct. Mr. Robinson, would you please address the question of the appropriate risk factor for this wildcat?
Well, this wildcat is risky enough, I'd like to make it in or out. I know that's not going to work. I would propose 500%.
500% if there were a need for any additional or replacement wells, that would be 400 for any supplemental wells in the unit if there were, tend to have these. But that's difficult. We impose for any second well, if there were ever to be any.
Second well penalty would be what?
400?
Uh,
I'm asking, I'm not recommending, that's the
Yeah.
standard.
I think that's fair.
It would be a unique situation. I think we all agree that we had second well, probably require some action on the part of the commission. I think. Vice Chairman Lincoln questions what if there was a second well or replacement in case this one was non-productive. I think whatever you all want to do, I'm just trying to make sure I have that Friday reward. If we're all good with 500, 400.
I want to do $400 second. It's like you drill another well that don't, this first well don't drill. You might want to go ask 5 on some another one.
Yes. we want
In that case, we may,
That is,
hmm, we are, but those integration applications tie in the operating agreements that are kind of tied into the whole thing, so I think it's probably, we can get crafty in an order, but it's gonna be a one-off, so.
like it's always, before it comes back, I said, it's like, well, they come back and
Change.
say it's status quo.
So. All right. I'm taking that as the request is 500, 400 at this point.
Yes.
Okay. All right, question? Dr. Bingham, do you have any questions? Any further questions from the commission? Mr. Honey, do you have anything further in this application?
I do not.
Is there anyone in the hearing chamber who has an interest in this docket? Seeing none, we'll close the record on this one. And is there a motion or discussion? Motion to approve as applied for, Commissioner Weiser. Second by Vice Chairman Langley. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 9. Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank the commission and Mr. Swell on our testimony. Yeah.
All right, so we're having a little bit of difficulty with the IT system. We're gonna take just a short break, let them get up here and try to fix our issue with the Zoom information and correct the sound issue they're having. We're gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break, let them do that. These were
Those are all of the exhibits that we filed, either pre-filed or later for Oxley. And the last of them, which I think is J, is both PDF slides and PowerPoint.
This is Oxley.
Yes, yes. And you keep.
That's fine. We're gonna do Oxley at the end. I just want to make sure.
Yes, that's right. It's not that.
How are you today?
Unable to see. I don't know.
There was slush. I think they were down because we were hurry to go. And finally,
It's because of the reason. What do I do with the back? Sure. Okay. All right. So the insult. We can switch back and forth.
Sure they will.
Here.
No, they're both not more here, more. Sure. What I get on the PA. Place first. I don't know. Well, the only thing there really is a reason.
Thank you.
Well, it's like middle school, most of it over across.
listing as a speaker, it will move that time change.
All right, I think we have our IT sound issues resolved at this point, so we'll go ahead and move on. We're on docket number 7007-20-21-02. This is an application filed by Reliance Energy Inc. and Canada Oil and Gas Company requesting authority to transfer multiple wells. The wells are located in section 24, township 6, north range 28 west, section 16, township 6, north range 28 west, and section 26, township 6, north range 28 west, all in Logan County within the general B44 well spacing area. The applicant is represented by Mr. Bailey. Are there any recusals? There are none, Mr. Bailey. Oh, excuse me, Commissioner Smith. All right, Commissioner Smith is recused. Because I think he noted he had some offset acreage to some of these wells. Yes. All right, Mr. Daly.
The applicant's documentary evidence summarized tagline on its exhibit. I call it exhibit page. I think that's not. If you don't mind, it's like that, the exhibit J, and tabulated exhibits would have the correct letters. It includes the resume of Mr. James Hendricks, who is an expert in the field of petroleum engineering. And we first moved that the hearing officer review Mr. Hendricks' resume, welcome him as an expert witness in engineering qualified to testify. Keeping the custom, I did not burden you with a copy of it.
I don't think I have a copy.
Well, I took the hard Shane doesn't want exhibits, there are certain ones that you need.
All right, well, I'm reviewing this. So would you mind just point that mic to you? I think we're having a little bit of hard time hearing you.
Okay, how's that? Is it better? You said the light is on. Let's do this. I don't think.
I don't think I was working.
It's blinking red and green.
Dan, is that one working? That's working. Let's wait now.
Now it's okay, okay.
There we go.
Here he is. It's just a light sleep. Here, I probably put it back.
All right, thank you.
I feel it?
I think it's a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so your exhibits are accepted to the record after you and Mr. Hendricks. Resume, he is qualified by education and experience, skilled petroleum geology, and is qualified and allowed to bring an expert in such field.
All right, ask that Mr. Hendricks please forward.
Somebody needs to give him the red light. Hendricks, that'll be your document, you have to remember it forever and ever, anytime you testify again, you're going to have to reference it.
Okay.
I know it's not L. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
James, please state your name.
James Hendricks,
How are you employed?
petroleum engineer with Campbell
And gas recently purchased a number of gas wells in Logan County, Arkansas from Reliance Energy.
Yes.
And did you prepare Form 23s for the approval of transfer of each of those wells?
Yes.
Only to be informed that 3 of the wells, which are the ones subject to this application, historically makes less than 25 MCF per day.
Yes.
And therefore that this application is necessary.
Correct.
After you take over these wells, do you intend to evaluate them, determine whether or not they either need to be plugged, or alternatively, you can improve them to the degree that they're money makers?
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay. Commissioners, we have requested, this is, I think, consistent with the requests that Merit made in its application, that Hannah, if the commission set the amount of the bond for these wells, but that they be permitted to post a single bond for 3 rather than 1 for each one individually. However, the commission or candidate could then apply to the commission for partial releases of bond, as well as are either restored to commercial production or what. I know the statute, the rule says $35,000, but I think for company candidates a little high, but we'll do whatever. Questions?
Was that his testimony?
Well, no, that was my summary of the request that I made at the bottom of what we decided.
So this application is, it's required by rule to have the hearing and post $35,000. And I believe this particular application, the applicant is willing to post that, but I think what I heard verbally is he would take potential relief, commission willing to do
We
it.
would take potential relief, and we would much prefer to post a single bond for 3 wells rather than having to mess with separate individual bonds. I think to the commission, you're at least as well off and maybe better off if the well were to cost, if the particular wells would run into problems and cost more, then you'd have perhaps an election too.
All right, questions from the commission? Vice Chairman Lindsay?
Are these horizontal wells or vertical? Thank you.
Further questions from the commission? Staley, do you have anything further? That concludes the proof document submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion?
Staff have exactly.
I'm not sure. We've done single line across the past. I'm not sure when we do these individual bonds, if one well goes to a higher production with release bond. I'm not sure how we're going to have to do a replacement bond with one less amount. I mean, that's all administrative issues, so I don't really concerned about us dealing with those, just makes it more difficult. But I will say one thing though, that since this rule was passed for both TAs, with bond, the Burwell bond, and now with the transfer of marginal wells bond, there's been few instances that have come up where we've had administrative requests. I think I've dealt with maybe 2 of those. And we issued from this period, next couple of times, so we can deal with that. Where a well has gone back in production from TA status. And I think we had one well with a request for when it increased production above 25. The rule dealing with that bond says sustained production. So what we've done in an informal way, at least for a couple times, pending Moore's definitive resolution, we looked at 6 months of production, which is similar to the requirement for severance tax to meet that sustained production.
That's really a separate issue.
Correct, but this issue is going to come up with all that. It doesn't impact the real transfer. But the single bond, we find we have to go through the gyrations of releasing the partial bond, or releasing the whole bond, and then we have on that. But one really is like, it's easy on the operator to do single bonds.
I think it's an administrative savings, my understanding. Higher bonds, the more it be for everyone to get through the bond.
I think we have testimony from Merit prior where they qualified for savings.
And ideally, this would be if they released one, they could then choose if they want to get a new bond on 2 of it, or just leave it in place and we have additional funds.
If we didn't have to release the entire, just keep it in place. Draw 2 wells, yeah, that would be.
Well, I guess that's my question, because the situation that Commissioner Wolford just brought up, we get a blanket bond, a single, wrong terminology, a well-specific bond that can fluctuate based on the number of wells on it. I don't know if this is maybe a question here or just a flat out one blanket bond for 3 times 30 times.
I think that is what although obviously if the amount set by the commission is X and it costs Y, which is slightly more than X for the first well, then assuming the unforeseeable, which is that Hannah wouldn't pay the bill, that you would have additional security in what's left of the bond, which would be an advantage for the commission. So the advantage for the applicants is it's cheaper to buy 1 bond than just buy 3, even though the amount's the same.
So the total amount of 35 times 3 would stay in place for all 3 wells, even though there's only 1 well.
That would not be my request.
Okay.
So I think what we're all saying the same thing, that there'd be a $105,000 blanket bond put up for these 3 wells. And that would remain in place until the operator requested to reduce it. The only way they request to reduce it is if there were only 1 or 2 wells left. They would be responsible for providing a new bond before we release the $105,000. So it's
That's what I'm saying.
And then as Director Grayson said, that could occur 2 ways. One, a well would be plugged, or alternatively, a well's production would be increased and sustained over a 6-month period.
That's one piece that I think we ought to start putting in our orders is how do you get out of the partial well permit? When you restore it, right now, staff has a criteria to use, but it seems to me like it's much cleaner to put that to affirm what the director is doing from the standpoint of getting out severance tax is a basis for a change. So it's 6 months. I feel making it easier on the operator where they don't have to feel like they have to come to a hearing. We're allowing directors to do that administratively.
All right, so back to the,
Is that what commission voted, is that why change?
so I think what happened is the original orders that were done these, we didn't have a definitive way of getting out of the market well status, even if you had restored your production well. We had a few operators request that. Director Bingle on his role as director looked at it and said, we will use the same criteria when we've been requesting. We have one or two.
One for TA, one
Is
for
used for severance. So I think for this application, nothing needs to happen. There is an application coming up that specifically has that. And that's probably a good place to affirm that request if you're going to do it. And then also for you to give basically acquiescence to approval to Director Bingle to the staff's methodology for releasing those wells prior to, for the current right now question.
But to clarify this particular request, $105,000 bond, 3 wells, that would stay in effect until the applicant came back to the commission.
Well, I think probably Mr. Bailey's request is that the order would allow a blanket bond with staff to modify it based on the actual number of wells. So if it went into 2 or 1, they could do that straight.
Coming back to the commission is a couple $1,000 out of pocket type good. And, you know, I honestly, I cannot see the downside of I to determine whether a well's been plugged or whether its production for 6 months is sustained over 45%.
So given that case, Commissioner Wolf, this may be an appropriate place as well, since they can request verbally to have noted it was made expressly in one of the upcoming applications as well. So where are we now? What's that?
Are they through?
I think we officially closed it earlier, but I'll close it again. We're not actually adjudication. That's preference. There are no further questions from the commission. We will reconclude the proof and look for a motion or discussion.
I'll make a motion, we approve with 3 times $35,000 single bond. With the director being able to modify the bond based on plugging or non-market based on criteria of 6 months. Using several times basis.
So I'm going to throw a wrench in this. Yep. I have to ask one question. Severance tax is actually 2 months.
Oh, okay.
There's a 6 month average, and then there is a test if you're working. And I think that Director Bingles has not been tested because we don't think that's a true.
So let's just take the 6 months. Yeah, 6 months.
Don't mention that.
6 months, thank you. All right, everybody understand the motion?
Yeah, so what's the part about being non-margin? So what's the
So-
duration of the
Right, on this type of application, 25 MCF per day. So the well is incapable or at least not currently producing an average of 25 MCF per day. When you transfer the well, you have to, by rule, come here and post that $35,000 well-specific claims for sure. All right, the motion by Commissioner Wolford, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Weiser, all in favor, please raise your hand. Passed by a vote of 8 with Commissioner Smith. Thank you, Mr. Goodwin. All right, moving on to 027-2021-02, an application of Lifeline Resources 3-A LP, Hancock Oil and Gas Company. This is reported to transfer, I believe, 1 well in section 27, Township 8, North, 25 West, in Morgan County, Harrisville. The applicant recommended by Mr. Daly. Are there any recusals? There none, Mr. Bailey?
The applicant's documentary evidence is tabulated on this exhibit. James Hendricks will testify briefly. Mr. Hendricks was recognized for expert field from hearing in the previous application, which is order reference 107-2021-02. We asked that his credentials and such be incorporated and that can be.
And I believe it was 007, if you mentioned 107. But we will incorporate his reference, incorporate his qualifications, accepting existence into this one. Is he going to testify for you? Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth? Thank you.
Let me explain before Mr. Hendricks begins that this application is unique in that this is a well which, when it was last productive, was making well in excess of 25 MCF a day. Its pipeline evidently was lost or damaged in the great flood of 2019. And for some reason, Lime Rock had put it back on. So what we would like the commission to do is to require a bond conditional on the well not being put on line and obviously making it excess of 25 MCF a day. Because I'm made to understand that the minute they turn it on, close it up, it's not a problem. But if you read the general rule on transferring wells B4H4, it says the well has produced less than 25 MCF per day over the last year. And that's fact, because it hasn't produced anything this year. Okay. Jason, let's start you. Jason, how are you? I'm a petroleum engineer. Have you acquired a well known as the Freeman #1-27 from Lime Rock Resources? Yes. While most of Lime Rock's wells were sold to Barrett, as I think we'll hear later in the morning, did have exercise preparation on the first as well? Yes, it did. What was this well making before the flood? We about the and have you been able to put it back on yet? We actually put it online 2 weeks ago, right before it was. And we put it on for 3 days before it started getting ice. It was like 35 day average. Do you anticipate that it goes along for a while that will improve? I do. It was previously compressed into a higher line pressure, and Marriott has lower line pressure. We don't think we need a compressor between one floor and the same wall. So how long do you think you will realistically know that this well is consistently making an excess of 25%? Should know in about a month. Questions from Mr. Higgins?
Questions from the commission? So the request is to approve the transfer and make the bond.
Defer the imposition of a bond until, let's say, first of April, first of May, something like that. So
a time period to approve production.
Yeah, this is a well that, were it not for the flood, would never be in this category.
All right. Any further, Mr. Bailey? Anyone hearing chairman interest in this topic? Seeing no one, includes approved documents for adjudication, motion or discussion. To do what time period? May first or April first time period. Recalculate.
I think that is my first, that we need. What would y'all like?
I think they said April first or May first.
Let's go with April, because they should, the freezing problem should be through now. So that should be.
All right, so a motion to approve for 5-4 making the bond due by April first. If the well is not proven to be non-market by Langley. Second by Bruce Wolford. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of none. I feel like this is like the first practice after a long, we're out of practice. Document number 001-2021-01, application filed by Line Resources. 3-A LP and Merit Company, Merit Energy Company, LLC, requesting authority to transfer multiple wells located within Crawford, Franklin, Johnson, Morgan, Scott, Sebastian, and Yale counties. The applicant represented by Mr. Bailey, are there any recusals? Oh, sorry, Mr. Rankin.
You call it 01 or 27?
2-1.
They want 01. I just said Mr. Davis and Mr. Rankin. Recusals are Commissioner Reiner and Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Weiser. Are they used? All right. Frank, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. On page 3 of the application, you'll see the list of pre-bond exhibits there. Today was part of receiving notice. Exhibit B is a list of wells to be transferred. Exhibit C, which I handed out to each of you, is a letter of support from Line Rock in support of this application. Exhibit B is proof of publication, and Exhibit E is the affidavit notice parties. Originals of the meeting provided to council commission. You've heard talk about it so far, and this is like the application we did a year ago where Merit acquired a bunch of XTO wells. In this case, Merit has acquired a large lot of line wells, some of which, approximately 250, are in that marginal well status. They are producing less than 25 MCF a day. By rule, we were required to ask your permission for that transfer, and that's exactly what we did. We are also asking that one bond be allowed to cover all the wells that are subject to this application. I know when we did this a year ago, there was a request that exhibit for this application be made an exhibit to the bond so that it would be then well specific to those wells. We're certainly willing to do that here. Given the size of the bond, we're asking for 6 days to obtain that bond. One wrinkle in this application, you'll see in paragraph 9, there are 3 wells that we're currently under an order to be plugged by the end of April of this year. Given that we've just acquired those, and Merit has just acquired those, we're asking that deadline be extended a year. We contacted the director and he has no objection to that. I don't have a witness at the table, but I do have someone prepared here for some questions. But since we've done this before and for the same thing, we're submitting this application.
Chris Walter.
So you heard us go through language relative to getting out of the Martinsville purgatory. Would you accept that? And just what percent of the overall package is in Martinsville purchase?
What's 50%?
About 50%.
You want that testimony?
Yes, please.
With me at the table. Is Mr. Garrett Hennigan. Mr. Hennigan's expertise was first recognized in document 50-2026. We moved for the incorporation by reference to that recognition at this time.
Motion to approve this qualification to recognize incorporated here by reference. Please raise your hand. Frankie, you swear to tell the truth?
Mr. what side of the package are the wells subject to this application to the entire lot?
The entire purchase is around 500 wells, so this would be close to 50%.
So the 250 here today are all marginal.
As indicated on the exhibit, they're all producing, so they're less than 25. We don't have an extended TOL as part of this package.
Further questions for the committee? Frank, you have anything further? Chairman, hearing chambers interest in topic. Seeing no one, that includes three topics submitted for adjudication. A motion or discussion?
February approved with additional language to, just how the good will markers.
The 6-month language that we just read. Motion by Commissioner Wolford to approve the slide form with the addition of the, how to get out of marginal, release the additional funds. There's a second. Second by Chairman Morley. On in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 6. For Commissioners Liner, Smith, and Weiser, all. All right, that's your house. Let's jump over a few that I don't have to finish you off with last time. Document number, we're going to jump on the agenda down to document number 23. 2021-02 is an application filed by Mandy Company LLC requesting extension of PA status for oil located section 13, 816 West 1. The applicant represents Rankin on the recusals. Minors accused. Others in Frank.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. On page 2 of the application of the list of pre-filed exhibits, they are the list of parties receiving notice. Exhibit B is the fluid level test dated January 2021. Exhibit C is approved for publication, and exhibit D is the affidavit of notice of parties original C and D provided to council for commission. With me at the table today is Mr. Gary Hennigan. Mr. Hennigan was first recognized as an exhibit in document 50-2020-06. Removed for the introduction of exhibits and incorporation by reference to the recognition of Mr. Hennigan's expertise.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted for the record. Mr. Hennigan's qualifications are recognized corporate here in documents. Right hand, you swear to tell the truth? Thank you.
Mr. Hennigan, please state your name.
Gary Hennigan,
And how are you?
regional manager for our
Are you familiar with the Carson 8-61-13-12? Could you explain to the commission why you're asking for an extension of the case?
Sure. This is well required from DH back in October 2018. This well was shut in since September of 2016. The main reason for shut in is due to the amount of high water production. It's unable to live under. It was shut in to about 200 MCF per day barrel of water today. As Mayor's looked into this well further, we've identified a number of faults at the bottom 1/3 of the lateral. And we've identified this as a potential water shut-off project. So we can shut off the majority of water flow and continue to use this well on the lake. And we're asking for permission to continue that project.
In your opinion, is it a more economic option to grant another 3 years extension rather than requiring plugging the well?
Questions from the commission? Ready?
What's your price target going to do this job if they make 200 MCF?
Conservatively, we would prefer north of $3 type of price. There could be some complications just because of how long we shut in, but we think that a $3.15 price meets our economic price.
Yeah, right. What price?
Today,
I'm sorry. How much?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
What's the price of gas? How far are you from $3.15?
I haven't seen it lately, but I believe we were more than $3 just a few days ago. So fairly close.
Ms. Reagan, just to clarify, I don't know. We already have bonds on here, but in this case, the applicant's willing to apply with the typical TA requirements, there goes on a little additional financial, which is well, etc. If it has a bond, the bond remains. If it doesn't, we'll.
That's correct.
All right. Anybody have any further in this application? Is there anyone in the hearing chambers interested in that? Seeing no one, please approve. Motion or discussion? Motion by Vice Chairman Blanford to approve the apply for a 3-year extension with the additional criteria. Second by Commissioner Wolford. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 8. Mr. Reiner. Docket number 24, 2021-02, the application by American Energy Company LLC requesting extension of TA status for well located in section 25, 13 West in Faulkner County. The applicant represented by Mr. Rankin, or any recusals, Commissioner Lyon, no others. Mr. Rankin.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. On page 2 of the application, there's an identification of pre-filed exhibits. They are exhibit A, which the parties receiving notice. Exhibit B is the fluid level test conducted in January 2021. Exhibit C is the proof of publication. Exhibit D is the affidavit of notice. Originals of C and D have been provided to council for commission. With you at the table, Mr. Gary Hennigan. Mr. Hennigan was first recognized as an expert in document 50-2020-06. We move to the introduction of the exhibits and a recognition.
Motion granting your exhibits are accepted for record. Mr. Hennigan's qualifications to recognize corporate in. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth.
Mr. Hennigan, how are you this morning? I'm the region manager for Heritage County. Are you familiar with the Glover 8-13 2-25 H12 as the subject of this application? And could you tell the commission why you're seeking an extension of the TA status?
Yes, this is another well we acquired from DHP in October of 2018. It was shut in toward the end of 2015, and at that time, it was making 130 MCF per day. This is another well that we believe is economic to bring back on production today. It's just a little bit lower priority. Going down the list of wells, including cleanouts, turning wells to production, getting into production. We haven't done it yet where it lies on the priority list, but we believe it's economic to do today.
In your opinion, is the workover and the extending of the TA an economical option to provide employees as well at this time? That's
Questions from the commission? That's the record reasons we use the same criteria for wells that determine the production.
the answer is yes.
Mr. Ray, do you have anything further? Is anyone here in chambers interested in this topic? So no one that please approve the opportunity for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Commissioner Williams to approve the applied for, assuming with our standard criteria. There's a second. Second by Chairman Moreland. All in favor, please raise your hand. Pass on vote eight. Frank was not. Item number 25, 2021-02 is application filed by American Energy Company LLC requesting extension of TA status for well located in section 40, township 9, Northwest 27 West Franklin County in Cecilville. The applicant represented by Mr. Rankin. Recusals are Commissioner Minor and others. Mr. Rankin, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The list of exhibits is shown on page 2 of the application. They are exhibit A, the list of parties receiving notice. Exhibit B, the fluid level test most recently done in January 2021. Exhibit C is approved publication. Exhibit D is the affidavit of notice in which the parties originals of C and D were provided to the council commission. With me at the table today is Gary Hennigan. He was first recognized as an expert in document 50-2020-06. The move for the introduction of exhibits and recognition of Mr.
Motion is granted, your exhibits are set for record, Mr. Daniel's qualification, recognize incorporated here in the record, please raise your hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth.
Mr. Henry, how do you, the region manager, in your duties for mayor, and you become familiar with the Leonard Smith 2-20 wells. Did you explain to the commission why you're asking for an extension of TA status?
Yes, sir. This is a well that we acquired from XTO in January of 2020, so we've owned it just over a year. The well was PA in February of 2018. After digging into this well further, we believe we can reactivate this well, replacing some surface and doing some supply work. And we believe it would come on at 25 MCF per day and pay out in 6 months at a 274 gas price. So this job is economic to do today. We've also identified a reservoir that looks like it's behind pipe that potential here. We're evaluating that.
In your opinion, is the request economic option to acquiring the plugging of the well at this time? Yes. That's
Questions from the commission? Assume the applicant is willing to accept the additional criteria. Anyone in the hearing chamber needs this document? Saying no one is approved, document 25 is submitted for adjudication, motion or discussion. Motion by Commissioner Weiser to approve is applied for with the additional criteria. Second by Vice Chairman Langley, all in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by 8 with Commissioner Langley. Document number 26, 2021-02 is application filed by American Energy Company LLC. TA status for well located in section 13, Township 7, North Range 11 West, in Park County, Massachusetts, by Mr. Rankin. The accusals are Commissioner Meyer and Weather. Rankin.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Pre-fund exhibits appear on page 2 of the application. They are exhibit A, for the parties receiving notice. Exhibit B is a fluid level test completed in February of this year. Exhibit C is a proof of publication. Exhibit D is the application notice. Parties originals of C and D will provide the council commission. With me at the table, Mr. Gary Hennigan. His expertise was first recognized in document 50-2006. To move the introduction of the exhibits, recognition of Mr. Hennigan's expertise.
Motion is granted, your exhibits are accepted for record, including qualification, recognized, incorporated, please raise your hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth. Thank you.
Mr. Hennigan, how are you employed? The region manager for our and your duties for merit, you become familiar with the Gilbert 7-11 1-13H wells. That's the subject. Is that okay? Yes, I have. Could you explain to the commission why you're seeking an extension of the TA status?
Yes, this well was shut in early 2016. We acquired a well from BHP in October of 2018. At the time it was shut in, it was making 250 MCF per day and 70 barrels of water per day. Because of the high level of salting and lateral, the water production is too high for the plunger. It would also be a compressor to keep the well unloaded. We've identified a full hill complete zone that we are evaluating the vertical section with the horizontal bed formation. And we believe this is economic to do it to $60 gas price.
In your opinion, is the extension of the TA status and the economic option requiring plugging the well at this time? Yes. That's good.
For the commission. Anyone here share needs this up? Bring it in further. That quick proof docs submitted for adjudication, I assume that the applicant will accept the additional criteria, leave with those drafted.
Yes.
All right, conclude the proof, there are motion or discussion. Motion by Commissioner Wolford to approve and apply for with the standard additional criteria. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by vote of 8 with Commissioner Langley. Thank you. All right, we're going to stay on page 2 of the agenda to start with. We're going to back up and pick up the top forms on this page first. First one is document number 002, 2021-01. This is an application
About Flywell Energy Production LLC requesting an extension of temporary management status for well located in section 29, township 8, North Range 14, West in Conway County. Applicants represented by Mr. Perkins, are there any refusals? Mr. Minor, Mr. Williams. There are no others. Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Fortunately, my business with Kansas City typical comes was required to be in the field. I'm imagining a number of issues in the field right now, so without a witness, should there come up something that I cannot answer, that require an answer, I'll be happy to continue it or also want to reply with a long break.
Thank you.
The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2 of the application. They include today list of parties who is included on the test. See the publication in that they notice the original CMD that provided to Bookington. Ask that the pre-filed exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted.
This is an application for extension of temporary abandonment. These are all of the applications that I have today. The Criswell 814 well was completed as a horizontal well of Fayetteville Shale. Previous attempts to return this well to production were unsuccessful. The applicant identified lateral obstruction as the probable cause. The applicant intends to return this well to production and needs additional time to schedule the necessary work on it. So they would like to maintain this well. The applicant, of course, would agree to all of the conditions, other additional requirements and associated.
Any questions on the question? Perkins, you have anything further? Is there anyone in the hearing chamber of interest in this one? Seeing no one, that includes the proof document submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion for decision? Motion by Vice Chairman Williams to approve the platform. Second by Commissioner Weissman. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by over 7, with Commissioner Williams and Commissioner Wyman. Document number 003-2021-01 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC requesting an extension of temporary abandonment status for a well located in section 1, township 9, North Range 14, West in Van County. The applicant represented by Mr. Perkins. The recusals are Commissioner Minor and Commissioner Williams. No others. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2 of the application. They include exhibit A list of parties, is the fluid level test of January 2nd, 2020. See the proof of publication, the affidavit of notice. The originals of CMD have been provided this morning. I apologize, previously provided to Mr. Covington. Would ask that those exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted. Or exhibits accepted.
This is the Sneed well. The Flywheel has already installed the gas lift and plunger on this well, but then determined it needed additional operations to perforate tubing and reinstall the plunger in their prior attempts to return this well to production. The applicant intends to return this well to production. The gas prices are already at a point that it will be economical and be returned to production. They simply need time to schedule on the additional work over. And for that reason, they would like to maintain the well TA status for that.
Questions from the commission? So you want to hear your chamber of interest in this topic? Perkins, anything further?
Nothing further.
That includes the proof. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Chairman Warren to approve the platform. Second by Commissioner Wiseman. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by vote of 7. Commissioner Planner, Commissioner Williams, those accused. Document number 004-2021-01 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC requesting extension of temporary status for a well located in section 1, parish 9 north and 14 west in Van County. The applicant represented by Mr. Perkins. The approvals are Commissioner Minor, Commissioner Williams, and no others. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties. He is the fluid level test of January 14, 2020. C is a proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice. The original is
Lewis and Hunt 914 2-1H is a marginal producer, but it exhibits no apparent communication with the offset wells, as is commonly the case, and would require only minimal investment to return on the service. So even though it's marginal, that will become economical at reasonable prices, and they would like to maintain it. The break-even price on this well is calculated to be $2.72. We're basically there now, but of course, you have to sustain that level for some period of time. Work has to be scheduled. So they would like to maintain this well for being placed back in production.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in here in of interest in something? Perfect, anything further?
Nothing further.
Move to approve docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion on discussion? Motion by Commissioner Weiser to approve the platform. Second by Vice Chairman Greenwood. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7, with Commissioner Minor and McWilliams voting recused. Docket number 005-2021-01, an application filed by Flow Energy Production LLC, requesting PA status for a well located in section 17, township 9, North Williamsville, west of Warren County. Applicant represented by Mr. Perkins, recusal of our Mr. Minor, Mr. McWilliams, and no others.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include terminated parties. He is the level tested January 23rd, 2020. C is proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice of agreement. So C and D provided that's the D to the exhibit.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted for record.
Similar to the one just previous, the Williams 9-7 well is a market producer, but exhibits no apparent communication with offset wells. It would require the installation of a compressor due to a high water gas ratio in order to return the level of service. And with a very modest increase in prices, that is reasonably achievable in the future. They would like to maintain this well to be placed back in production.
Question.
Sorry,
Target price.
$1.90. So we're there.
Further questions from the commission? Gentlemen, hearing chamber of interest in this topic. Seeing none, that will be approved. Docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion on this session? Motion by Commissioner Wolford to approve the platform. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7, with Commissioner Weiner, Commissioner Williams. All right, moving on to page 3 of the agenda. Docket number 101-2020-12, an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC requesting an extension of PA status for a well located in section 1, Terms 8 North 12 West of County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. The accusers are Commissioner Minor, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Weiser, Commissioner Wolf.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include today's parties. B is a fluid level test, December 17, 2019. C is a proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of C and D have been provided to Mr. previously. As of those exhibits given.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted for record.
This particular well is the Snead 8-12 2-8, a well producer that could be returned with the installation of a plunger or compressor in the right price environment. It is currently marginal, but an extension of PA status is desired because it could be returned to production at a reasonably achievable price. So the break-even price calculated by engineers is $2.56.
Questions from the commission? Second hearing chamber of interest in this topic. And no one includes the proof docket submitted for adjudication. A motion or discussion. Motion by Chairman Moore to approve the platform. second by Vice Chairman Wendell. All in favor, please raise your hand. That's what I vote five. But Commissioners Lyman, Williams, Meiser, and Wolford recused. Document 102-2020-02, or excuse me, 2020-12, is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC, requesting state's temporary maintenance status located in section 15, Energy Resource Construction, County. The applicant represented by Mr. Perkins. Recusals are Commissioner Minor, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Wolford, Commissioner Wyson. Perkins.
The all exhibits including exhibit A, list of parties, B is included on test December 17, 2019. C is proof of publication, D is affidavit of those parties. The original also C and D have been provided previously. Rest of those exhibits be admitted for
Motion is granted, your agreements are accepted. Right.
The Stevens John 813 1-15H well, it's a horizontal well, the Fayetteville Shale is a high water maker, but it would be a candidate for restoration with a compressor or plunger in a price environment. We're not there yet. There wouldn't really require any work over the compressor and or plunger installation would be required primarily into the water. So the risk is low, but the price right now simply doesn't justify it. The calculated break-even price is about $350.
Question from the commission? Do you know what the price for Flywell is approximately right now?
I do not. No.
Well, we got Garrett's price.
Yeah, and I would just add, as you know, the engineer calculates the break-even price, and they ideally would, of course, like to make a profit. And there has to be some period of time that price is maintained to cause them to want to invest.
Sure.
So it doesn't mean that the day that it reaches that price, they're going to run out and start the operation. I just want
Anyone here? Just this topic? Or do you have anything further?
nothing further.
That includes three documents with communication, the motion for session. Motion is approved by Vice Chairman Langley. Second by Chairman Morris. On favor, please raise your hand. Passed by a vote of 5 to Commissioner Lyman. Williams, Commissioner Isaac, Commissioner Walter, we have quite a few of these TAs. I think they will take us to lunch very close to it. I know that you do have a contested item that many of you are sitting in here for. So if it's all right with the chair, I would suggest that the Oxley application will just put off to after lunch. So let's them go ahead and leave so that we can come back at 1 o'clock to get the test. Does that work for you all?
What time?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
That way you all can go do whatever you do and just come back. Thank you. All right, document number 009-2021-02 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC. This is a request for the extension of PA status for a well located in section 2, township 843-15 West. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. Are there any recusals? Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Weinberg, recused.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. These following exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A with parties, B is blue local test, C is approved publication, D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of C and D have been provided this morning. That's supposed to be admitted.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted. Record.
This particular well has high water production and plunger lift system installation. The applicant would like to maintain it so that it can be returned to production. Gas price environment, the break-even price calculated is $1.89.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in the hearing chamber have an interest in this topic? Seeing no one, let's approve the docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Chairman Morris to approve is applied for, second by Commissioner Lynch, or excuse me, Vice Chairman Langley, all in favor. Please raise your hand. Passed by a vote of 7 with Commissioner McWilliams, Commissioner Langley recused. Tricia, are you keeping up with us? Huh? Sometimes.
Maybe recording.
Feel like we're making the last fall time. Docket number 10, 2021-02 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC. It's a request for the extension of PA status for a well located in section 8, township 9, North Reach 5 West, in White County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins, with Eagles are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Minor, and others. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. The two files exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties, this is fluid level test. C is approved publication, these affidavit of notice. Originals of C&D have been provided this morning, Mr. Pilkington, who has the ability to be admitted.
Motion is granted, your exhibits are accepted to the record.
This particular well, the Route 967-8H, was a lower phase of the producer that was shut in March of 2016 after plunger lift equipment was found stuck in the production tube. It's unable to produce until that tubing is cycled out of the hole to clear the obstruction. But when it was shut in, the offset Route 966-8H picked up virtually 100% of the lost production. So while it's possible to put this one back, they've not calculated the break-even price because they won't attempt that unless something occurs to the adjacent well, since it has picked up virtually all production. But they would like to maintain it. If the adjacent well were to be unserviceable, then they would evaluate whether it was economic to go in and do the work over, put this well back in production.
Questions for the commission? Perkins, anything further?
Nothing further.
Is there anyone in the hearing chamber who has an interest in this topic? Seeing no one, that is brief, docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Vice Chairman Langley to approve is applied for. Second by Commissioner Wolford. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passed by a vote of 7 with Commissioner Williams, Commissioner London, and Q. Docket number 011-2021-02 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC requesting extension of PA status for a well located in section 4, township 9, North 360 West Conway County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. The accusers are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Liner, no others.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The detailed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties, B is a fluid level test, C is approved publication, D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of C&D have been provided this morning. Pilkington, yes, it will be admitted.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted to the record.
The well that's subject to this application includes Bradford 9-1-4H and the marginal producer. It needs a plunger lift system installed, which is just not economical yet in the current environment. But we are approaching that point right now. The break-even price calculated by the engineer is $2.66.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in the hearing chamber has an interest in this topic? Seeing no one, click approve, docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Chairman Moreland to approve the platform. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Commissioner Williams, Commissioner London. Docket number 12, 2021-02 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC. Requesting the extension of PA status for a well located in section 8, township 10 North, range 12 West in Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. Is Accusals are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Minor, others.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. The following exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties, B is fluid level test, C is proof of publication, and D is the affidavit of notice. The originals of C and D have been provided to Mr. Pilkington. We ask that those exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted to the motion.
This particular well in 1012 2-8H requires a workover, replace tubing, plunger installation to restore production. It's uneconomical in the current environment, or has been uneconomical with the modest increase in gas prices. They put it back in service, would like to maintain it or do so. They calculated for heating price on this well of $1.96.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in the hearing chamber have any interest in this topic? Seeing no one, it's approved. Dockets and minutes for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Vice Chairman Langwood to approve the applied for. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passed by vote of 7, with Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lyman, excused. Document number 13, 2021-02, an application filed by Bible Energy Production LLC, requesting the extension of TA status for a well located in section 18, township 8 north, township 14 west, Conway County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. The accusals are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lyman, and others. Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties. B is a fluid level test. C is proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of C and D have been provided to Mr. Pilkington this morning. Yes, those be admitted.
Motion is granted.
This particular well, the Mahan 814 4-18H7 is a marginal producer with high water production. The water to gas ratio requires the use of well site compressor to assist in unloading. The break-even cost for reinstallation of plunger equipment, surface equipment updates, split injection costs of the compressor on a neighboring well are calculated to be approximately $222, and the applicant would like to maintain this well so that it can be placed back in production.
Questions from the commission? Anyone here in chamber have interest in this topic? Seeing no one, that is approved. Dockets in for adjudication. Is there a motion? Motion by Vice Chair, Chairman Morley to approve the applied for. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lyman, accused. Document number 14, 2021-02 is an application filed by Flywell Energy Production LLC. Request for extension of TA status for a well located in section 35, section 9 north, and 14 west in Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. Are there any accusals? Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Minor are both accused. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. The pre-filed exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties. B is a fluid level test of January 15, 2021. C is proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice. The original C and D have been provided this morning to Mr. Pilkington. That's those be admitted. Correct.
Motion is granted.
This well, the McGee 914 9-35H36 is a marginal producer that needs tubing work and the plunger installation that will work over would be economical at prices that we're experiencing today. We're saying the calculated break-even price approximately
$1.10. Questions from the commission? Is there anyone here in chamber with interest in this topic? Seeing no one, please approve. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion to approve is applied for by Vice Chairman Langwood. Second by Commissioner Wolford. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Leonard. Docket number 015-2021-02, an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC, requesting an extension of TA status for well located in section 21, township 10 north, phase 12, well, in Van Buren County, the office of Perkins, recusal for Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Leonard, and others.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. The two following exhibits are shown on page 2. They include today was parties, blue level test, C is the publication, D is application notice. The originals of C and D have been provided this morning. Pilkington, rest of those two be admitted.
Motion granted, your exhibits are accepted for the record.
This particular well is a marginal producer with higher water production required compression, which is just not uneconomical at current prices, but would be with reasonably achievable increase in gas prices. The break-even price is calculated to be $3.37.
Questions from the commission? Hearing chair of interest in this topic. Seeing no one, please approve, docket submitted for adjudication. The motion or discussion? Motion to approve is applied for by Chairman Morley. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please vote. That's by a vote of 7 with Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Hunter. Docket number 16-2021-02. Application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC. Requesting PA status for well located in section 12, township 9, for start to us during 20. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins, the accusers are Mr. Williams, Mr. Hunter, and the others, Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-felony exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties, B is the fluid level test, C is approved publication, D is an affidavit of notice, C originals of C and D is provided this morning. Pilkington. I would ask those be admitted to the record.
Motion is granted.
This particular well appears Danny 913 2-12H1 is a marginal producer. It needs a plunger installation. That work over cost is reasonably achievable, calculated to be to have a break-even price of $2.64. An applicant would like to maintain this well so that it can be placed back in production.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in the hearing chamber has an interest in this topic? Seeing no one, please approve. Docket submitted for adjudication. Motion. Motion by Chairman Morley to approve the flight report. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Docket number 017-2021-07 is now, 02 is an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC requesting extension of PA status for a well located in section 12, township 9, north, phase 13, west in Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins, the accusers are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Hunter. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The three felony exhibits are shown on page 2. They include exhibit A list of parties, B is the fluid level test, C is proof of publication, D is an affidavit of notice, the originals of C and D have been provided this morning. Would ask those exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted. Your exhibits are accepted.
This particular well is another marginal producer that needs a plunger installation. That work over cost would be economical at a calculated break-even price of $2.97. Applicant would like to maintain this well to be placed back in production in the future.
Questions from the commission? Is anyone in the hearing chamber has an interest in this topic? Seeing no one. Group is concluded. Is there a motion on discussion? Motion by Commissioner Wolford to approve the supply report. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Docket number 18-2021-02 is an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC requesting the extension of status for a well located in section 10 and 9 north, 12 west in Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins, the accusers are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Myers, Commissioner Wolford, Commissioner Wise.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The three following exhibits are listed on page 2. The application, they include surveys, parties, B is blue level test, C is proof of publication, D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of C and D have been provided this morning. Pilkington would ask for those exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted, your exhibits are accepted to the record.
This particular well, PAL 912 8-10H, needs a plunger installation and further evaluation, which they cannot do until they install plunger. The workover cost is has been uneconomical in the current price environment, but it's definitely achievable with a modest increase. The calculated break-even price is about $51.
Questions from the commission? Seeing the hearing chamber is interested in this topic. Seeing no one, that was approved, docket submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion? Motion by Vice Chairman Marshall to approve his whiteboard. Second by Chairman Ward. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 5. Docket number 19, 2021-02 is an application filed by Iowa Energy Production LLC. This is a request for an extension of PA status for a well located in section 33, township 10 North, range 15 west in Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins. Accused are Commissioner Williams and no others. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The three following exhibits are shown on page 2. List of parties receiving notice. B is exhibit A is a list of parties. B is a fluid level test. C is proof of publication. D is an affidavit of notice. Originals of C and D have been provided this morning. Pilkington would ask those exhibits be admitted.
Motion is granted.
This well, the Russell 1015 1-33H, the marginal producer, has high water production, needs a plunger lift system installed, and a massive job. The work over cost is, based on that work over cost, the break-even price is calculated to be $2.90. The applicant would like to maintain this well, to be placed back in production at some point in the future.
Thank you. Questions from the commission?
What formation is that with?
It's a Fayetteville shale well.
Seemed like it was a lot more shallow.
This is in the northern part of Van Buren County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
East,
Yeah, the northern part, I think Van Buren County.
it gets shallower as you go north and northwest.
I got one more question. Sure. Then probably, but I can answer. So it's got a high water content. Don't put a plunger there, and you're going to ask, what's the purpose of the acid?
I don't know. I can't answer at that level of detail. Each, just so you all know,
I just don't know things.
yeah. No, they send me a spreadsheet each month when I have DA applications, which I require them to do, explain the reason, the potential workover, and give me the cost, because I want to make sure that they're actually doing that, that it's a bona fide candidate. But it doesn't have a tremendous amount of detail, which is typically why I have a witness here to answer. So I was just curious.
Do you want to leave the record open to receive an answer?
No, kind of strange, they charge you, like. Makes sense to me. Okay, but I didn't hear.
Well, we can leave it, or we can leave the record open.
No,
Perfect.
no, I'm just curiosity. I'm sorry, just to make this.
All right. Further questions? Perkins, do you have anything further?
Doesn't
Is
really.
there anyone in the hearing chamber of interest in this topic? That includes the proof document submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Commissioner Weiser to approve the platform. second by Commissioner Wolford. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passes by a vote of 7. Document number 20-2021-02 is an application filed by Flywheel Energy Production LLC. Questioning the extension of TA status for a well located in section 34, township 10 north, range 12 west, in Van Buren County. The applicant represented by Mr. Perkins, the accusers are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lyman, others.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The two public exhibits are listed on page 2 of the application. They include exhibit parties. D is a fluid level test. C is a publication. D is an affidavit of notice. The originals of CMD have been provided this morning to the code. That's the exhibits B.
Motion granted.
This well, the SNE 1012-3-34H, is also a marginal producer that requires a plunger lift installation and swab. The workover cost has been uneconomical in the current price environment, but is reasonably achievable. The calculated break-even price on this well is $1.26. So the applicant would like to maintain this well. Let me just add, I see the little screen, but it's $1 something everybody's going. I know what you're thinking is, why isn't that well already back to the production? Part of the answer is when Flywheel purchased what used to be Seago, which went direct Arkansas, there was a tremendous number of wells that have been placed in TA status. It has taken Flywheel quite a long time first to evaluate all those wells, determine a break-even price, and then they are prioritizing them for being placed back in production. So because of the sheer number, and I know that Mr. Curry remembers how much fun we had when we were doing the transfer of all of those TA wells. It's quite an undertaking. And I don't remember the number. I would guess, but I don't want to do that because I just can't remember. But it was several hundreds of wells that had already been placed in TA status because, frankly, in the last couple of years of production, simply not investing any more of their capital in the seed. And so Flywheel is slowly trying to climb out of that valley. But there are a lot of wells that were placed in TA status. They are hard at work. They certainly want to place all the wells back in production that they can. That's what their business. So I just wanted to add the commentary.
Building on that just a moment too, in addition to renewing TA in your evaluation period, we also need to, I think we've got 2 so far. Plumbing agreements for all the kids. Don't give them the and we'll plug rather than those for 2 or 3 month periods. An annual agreement with Flywheel, or in some cases 60 wells that will plug each year. 60 wells, 58 wells over the last couple of years of that original route with some now.
So I guess in essence, the ones you see here are the ones that they're requesting to continue TA status, the ones that are either being plugged or time to be handle on plug schedule.
And I appreciate that additional comment because obviously they're not simply trying to extend every TA well that they receive from Swing Production. Determining which ones have a bona fide chance of being placed back in production and plugging the others, quite a few others. They're not simply letting those continue on and extended TA status.
Yeah.
Can somebody give me a ballpark number on what his average plugging cost is?
30 to 35,000. And we plug, my company is plugged over 100. No, the Flywheel.
Thank you.
Mine's not that.
That's why you refuse, because he voted to turn down every one.
All right, now I'm going to decide to be swear in time.
No.
Further questions from the commission? All right, we're document number 20. There are no further questions. Further, anything further?
Nothing further.
Does anyone here in chamber have any interest in this topic? Seeing no one, that includes proof, document submitted for communication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Vice Chairman Langley to approve as applied for. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. That's by vote of 7. Document number 21, 2021-02, an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC. Request for extension of PA status for a well located in section 1, township 9, North Range 13, west of Van Buren County. The applicant is represented by Mr. Perkins, accused Ms. Clark, Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lang, and others. Ms. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-public are listed on page 2. They include today list of parties. He is the blue level test. C is the publication. D is the affidavit of notice. The original C and D have been provided this morning. Pilkington, I would ask that those be admitted.
Motion is granted.
This particular well was Stalker 913 3-1H12. It's a marginal producer with a history of lateral. The operations to determine the return of the production would involve the installation of a plunger and perhaps a lateral acid treatment if unsuccessful. And I don't know why, Jerry or Jim, why they would do that. Anyway, that's what they told me. Due to the cost of the operations, it has been marginal, but the break-even price is calculated at $1.01. So it is a candidate to be placed back in production in the near future. That's the application we approved.
All right, questions from the commission?
I'm getting an education.
Yeah. Say what the hearing chamber. Say no, and that concludes the proof, document for adjudication. Is there a motion or discussion? Motion by Commissioner Wolford to approve the platform. Second by Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. That's by vote of 7. Document number 22-2021-06 is an application filed by Flower Energy Production LLC requesting an extension of PA status for a well located in section 1, township 9, North Range 14, west of Van Buren County. The applicant by Perkins, refusal are Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Lyman, and others.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. The pre-filing exhibits are listed on page 2. They include exhibit A with parties, D is the blue level test, C is a proof of publication, D is an affidavit of notice. The original C and D have been provided this morning. Pilkington, ask that those exhibits be admitted. This well, the Wisdom Hunt 914 1-1H, is also a marginal producer. It has approximately a 40% communication with an offset well, which of course affects the economics of placing it back in production. It's uneconomical to produce in the current price environment, but it would be economical with reasonably foreseeable prices. The break-even price is calculated to be $2.90. That's this temporary amendment be allowed to be extended so that this well could at some point in the future be placed back in production.
Questions from the commission? Anyone in the hearing chamber have anything for something? Saying no, and that includes proof. Document submitted for adjudication. Is there a motion? Motion to approve by Chairman Waters. Second, Commissioner Weiser. All in favor, please raise your hand. Passed by a vote of 7. All right, I think lunch is here, so we'll stay in recess until 1 o'clock. Have the work document, the open document, the direction of the formal. The option. I will try to do that one first, so we can kind of. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, it is.
Well, I guess. Better. So I knew you were. I knew you were.